Welcome to Motec's latest webinar. This webinar is about synchronizing video with Motec data. We're going to go through all the methods by which you can take your video and have it line up with data within the i2 application. The different methods which we're going to show to you today include auto-synchronization. So we're going to show you how to use the CAN auto-synchronization method from your Motec dash to create a synchronization between your data and your video, and then how you're going to show that in i2. I'm also going to go through VSM video synchronization, wiring, how to set it up in i2. We're also going to look at manually synchronizing, how you align the data when you don't have any auto sync method. And we're just going to look at video and data overlay towards the end. So option 1 is going to be available pretty much in the next couple of weeks. It's already tested and working at the moment in the operations department here. So this method is called CAN Video Sync, and using this method you can synchronize your video and data with a CAN message. So you don't need to add any extra wiring into your existing loom. The CAN wiring that's transmitting the information for your gauges is already going to be there, and so it's just going to transmit some synchronization messages alongside your data messages, and your video will just be synchronized automatically in i2. Now this method will only work if you've got a VCS, a Motec VCS camera system, and the good thing is it can be used with i2 standard, so you don't need to purchase i2 Pro upgrade for video to work using this method. The next method is the VSM video sync. This method requires i2 Pro, but it does mean that you can use any camera system. You don't have to use the Motec VCS, but you can still use VSM with the VCS. The video sync module needs to be purchased and needs to be wired into your camera system and your dash to make this method work. Method 3 is manual synchronization. So if you're going to use method 3, you don't need any wiring, you don't need anything. You just grab your video, put it on your laptop, grab your data, bring it up in i2, and then you manually line them up, and I'll go through that method later. So we'll talk in more detail about CAN auto synchronization. It's new to Motec's VCS, and you'll be able to grab all the software to make it all work within the next couple of weeks. You'll need to grab a new version of i2, a new version of VCS Manager, and a new version of your Dash or ACL Manager. This method automatically aligns the video with data using the messages that are placed on the CAN bus. The method that is used is when you open your data in i2, i2 recognises from the file that it's been putting CAN messages on the video. So i2 then goes and searches in the directories that you've told it that you're going to place your videos in, and it looks for a video file that has the matching sync file information within it. When it finds that matching file, it goes and does a synchronization of the data within the Motec log data and the video from the VCS video file. When it finds the synchronization points, it lines the video and the data up automatically. For the end customer, it just looks like you download your data, you download your video, you open your data, and the video is just there. It's that straightforward. This method is only available with Motec's VCS camera system, and it will not work with other cameras. So to enable video synchronization via CAN, you just need to go into Dash Manager and click on the Connections tab within the Communications window. Once you're in there, you just tick the box that says Send CAN synchronization messages and tell the dash which bus the VCS is on. That's now going to make it transmit the messages that are required. You need to now set up your VCS to tell it to download the videos to the place where i2 is going to look for them. That adds the link in between i2 and the video file so that you can make sure that the video files are always automatically found and synchronized. So you can place them in the C/Motec/videos folder or even into your user videos directory. i2 will search recursively down the directory structure, so you can have subfolders of Bathurst or subfolders of whichever particular track you're at a point in time. It will go through all of the directories to try to find a matching video. So from within i2, it is fairly straightforward. You just need to click on the Tools, Options, Video tabs, and when you're within there, you can just select where it should search for your videos. So in the instance that you can see in front of you, I have actually put in there a thing to allow you to look at, here we go, see Motec videos as one place it's going to search for videos, and the other place it's going to search for videos is users, Jamie, and videos, and they're the two places I'm storing my videos. Once I've added them in there, every time I open up a log file that has VSM or VCS CAN auto-synced log files, it's going to search through those directories to try to find the matching video. Once you've created that link, you then go to your i2 application and you add a video component to your page. When you add the video component, you should go into the video components by right-clicking on the video component and clicking Properties, or pressing F5. This will bring up this window here, and in the camera view you should be able to click the down arrow here, and it will offer you camera on aux output 1, which is just saying there's a camera synchronized on your CAN output. Once you've got that, you just click the OK button and the synchronization will happen automatically in the background. The first time you open up CAN Auto Video Sync and add a video component, it will take some time as it processes all the folders that you have selected to try to find your video. Once it's found your video, it will quickly find it every other time. It only does the search the very first time. Once you've synchronized the video and data, as I mentioned, the link will be maintained by i2, so that every time you open up the log file, i2 will also open the video and keep it synced. When you select a place in the data, it'll automatically jump to that spot, and if you select data from two different cars and two different log files, they'll stay synced to their own data. That way you can compare driving lines, styles, that sort of thing. Okay, I'll go through the second method now. It's a little bit harder to use than the first method, but it still works reasonably well. And that is a thing called a video sync module. The video sync module takes an auxiliary output out of a dash and creates an audible chirp. This audible chirp can then be put onto any video camera's audio track. So you need a video camera that's got a mic input available on it, and there's a couple of systems around that are quite common that have mic inputs on them. So the chirp comes as an aux output out of the dash into the video sync module. The video sync module then creates the audio itself and places it on the video. The chirp is heard on playback from the video on whichever of the left or right tracks that you have wired your VSM into. It's available only with ADL2, ADL3, SDL and SDL3, so not with ACL or ECUs, and you have to have i2 Pro to make the video sync module's auto-synchronization work. So to enable VSM synchronization, you need to open up Dash Manager, go to the auxiliary output area, and you need to choose the auxiliary output that you've wired the VSM into. So once you know which one that is, select that output, and from the drop-down list you can pick Video Sync and tick the Enabled box. That's all you need to do, and the Video Sync module will be getting messages from the dash every time it is supposed to put the chirp out. You'll also need to wire the VSM in. So to wire the VSM into your dash, you use any auxiliary output and wire that into pin 11 on your VSM, and you can see the rest of the wiring diagram there. Basically, you just have to take the output out of the dash into the VSM, and then the audio signal goes from there out into the camera system. Once you've got the data from the logger into i2, you can add the video in the same way that you would normally with the CAN video sync method into a particular folder. i2 again is going to search down that directory structure. So as you can see here, again, I've put the same directories in here, C Motec videos and my users Jamie videos directory. So when I open a logged file, if it's had VSM enabled during the logging, i2 will automatically search down these two directories to try to find the matching file. When it finds the matching file, you'll be able to add it as a video component just like you did with the CAN method. So you add a new video component, you click on the properties and say, I want camera from aux output, and this aux output number in this instance will change depending on which aux output you actually wired your camera into the VSM. You select the correct one, click OK, then i2 will synchronize and maintain the synchronization of your video and data. The final method you can use is manual synchronization. So manual synchronization is only available in i2 Pro. Manual synchronization will allow you to synchronize any video with your data. So that means you could get television footage of your car, you could get footage of somebody else's car, or you could get footage from somebody standing alongside the track videoing your car and synchronize it with the data. It doesn't need any sync markers at all. You can also use cheaper camera systems that don't have any other method of recording video syncs, such as the microphone input for the video sync module. So all you need to do is record it, store it on your PC, then open up the data file that you wish to sync with. So now you've got your video file on your PC and you've got your data file on your PC. What you then would do is you'd find a unique point in the data that is also a unique point in the video. The most common place is the race start. So you would move your cursor to the point where you would find the race start. You would then unlock your video using the little padlock. And when you've unlocked the video, you can move the video forward and back until the video is also showing the race start. So you've got your data at the race start, your videos at the race start. You can press the padlock, which locks them back together, and then they will stay synchronized from that point onwards. What you can see in the picture in front of you is this particular video here is CAN video synced video from a car. Over here is a video from a different car at the same corner, synchronized together. It's a really useful way of comparing driving lines and speeds through corners and other things. So here we go through the manual synchronization method in a little bit more detail. So you can see on this cursor here that I've placed the cursor at what is the start of the race. You can see down here the ground speed's at 0, and as the ground speed starts to come up, that's the start of the race. So I put the cursor there. Once I've put the cursor there, I've clicked down here on the padlock. Now the padlock sometimes isn't showing, and if that's not showing, you just need to go click on the video, then click on the Show Video Components part of i2, and that will bring up this whole bar across the bottom here. So all this information. Then you'll have the video right in front of you with the padlock. So you press the padlock till it's grayed out like this so that it's unlocked. You can now press the play button down here, or rewind, or fast forward, which will let you move the video. So now you can see on this video, I've moved the video to the start of the race. So the video's at the start of the race, the data's at the start of the race. Now they're both together. I click on the padlock again, which will lock the sync between the video and the data, and they will stay synced. You can now play the video using A for animate, and you'll see that the video and the data stay synchronized together. This is a good way to put lots of different videos from different places all into the one log file together, so you can analyze all sorts of video without actually having to maintain the synchronization. It's a much more challenging method, but it certainly does work quite well. And that method is also only available in i2 Pro. Now the final thing I'm going to show you is video and data overlay. Once you've got your video synchronized with your data, it's very straightforward to do really useful overlays. As you can see on the right, you can select your main lap, which is one log file that's got video, and you can select your overlay, which is another log file that has video. Once you've done that, it puts the main lap here and the overlaid lap here. Once you select somewhere in the data, both videos will just jump to the exact same point and show you what was happening on the track at that time. So in this instance, you can see that the car was a bit slower through this time here at 87 kilometers an hour because there was a car right where he wanted to go. In this particular one, clean open road, and you can see a greater speed. Sometimes when you put video with data, you can get a really good idea on why something happened, whereas the data by itself, sometimes you don't get the full picture. You can overlay from the same file, so 2 laps within the same race, or you can overlap from another file, so I can look at 1 lap from one race with another lap from another race or even another car. This is an excellent method for driver training, and also it's a really good method for looking at investigating incidents. So it is not uncommon for a category to have the data from 2 cars and the video from 2 cars. They synchronize them up on GPS time, and they can look at exactly what both drivers are doing at the time of an incident. So that's given you an overview of video synchronization with data and video using the Motec i2 system. As you can see, the new CAN synchronization method from the VCS is going to be a great way to quickly and easily synchronize video and data together. And VSM is still a good way if you've got a non-Motec camera system. Thank you for attending, and I hope you enjoyed.